Good night. Next news. Bill Maher responds to Larry David's NY Times story ridiculing his Trump dinner. Insulting to 6 million dead Jews. The Wrap. The Real-Time host says Hitler is the goat of evil and that it is dumb to compare Donald Trump or an why modern leader to him. The Post. Bill Maher responds to Larry David's NY Times story ridiculing his Trump dinner. Insulting to 6 million dead Jews appeared first on The Wrap. Below are your comments. If everything Bill Maher said was true and authentic about the real Donald Trump, then the fact he admits he lost the election behind closed doors, then still continues to rile up 1/3 the nation with that rhetoric and is pushing forward things like the SAVE Act become. As a Brit, I have to say that Piers is the UK version of Tucker. Maher talks a good line, but he's lost a lot of people's respect. If Maher knows who and what Trump is, then why meet with him? What did he think he was going to accomplish? This was nothing more than a publicity stunt from Maher, which backfired royally, and a propaganda stunt from Trump. Dinner with Trump is not really talking to the other side. It is an entertainer doing something to get more attention. For a comedian who has always talked a good game about having to push the envelope and go beyond please comfort zones, Bill Maher is surprisingly thin-skinned. He also missed the point of Larry David's column. The bottom line. Actions speak louder than words, and Trump's actions are a long way from polite, charming or measured. His reckless, dangerous, and often devastatingly cruel actions are what should define this man. Maher's White House visit with Trump was simply good public relations for Trump, and Maher should be smart enough to recognize this. Maher failed to push back on the most egregious of Trump's actions since coming back into power, yet he seems to feel he deserves great praise for extending an olive branch of peace and decorum. At best, Maher's visit gave us a glimpse into how cunning and effective Trump's bleep of manipulati on work in his role as master of the Great Con. More like 1934 but, semantics. Asking Piers Morgan anything is a waste of time. Everyone knows his stance. When someone strays from the political reservation, left or right, the hive mind of that reservation always reacts in this fashion. Most mafiosi seemed very charming and fun to hang out. I know, I saw quite a few of them growing up in Brooklyn. I nonetheless stay away from them. Just leave Maher alone and let him play with his new friends. Don't watch his show and don't follow him. He's free to do what he wants and so are we. This is the problem with our country right now. Instead of listening and discussing, we instantly have a "you're either with us or against us" mentally. It's what is currently dividing us and we will never get back to normalcy again, folks. This is how it will be going forward. Look at the comments and how many talk about Maher getting duped or other stuff. The guy had dinner with the President of the United States. People, come on. Bill Maher knows Trump's character. He knows Trump is a lightning rod for criticism. Maher, like Trump, has his ego and an invitation to have dinner with the president feeds his ego. Trump, of course, is all about image and show business, so it filled a need for him too. But if Maher wants to make the point that Trump isn't so bad because at dinner he was charming and engaging and pleasant, well, so what? Serial bleeper Ted Bundy was described the same way. I recall someone telling me about Lucifer. As per scriptures, that God created a powerful, intelligent, and beautiful spirit who was chief among all angels. His name was Lucifer. Well, charm and beauty seems to be inherent characteristics of an evil person. Though I would say this, I think Larry David is a genius both as a writer and as a comedian. Maher, you're getting praise from Piers Morgan. You sure you don't want to allow for the possibility you made a mistake? Maher's time is way past over. Not really. He was simply insulting Bill Maher, not the same thing, at all, you know. I used to be a fan of Bill. There's no question about who is funnier. LD by a mile. Haven't seen prices go down, haven't seen the war in Ukraine over. Now we're fighting with Canada? Sure, so much winning. The only person that has changed over the years and not seen it is Maher. Doing drugs and aging changes a person to muddle the lines they used to hold. Nothing wrong with either, but you have to know when to walk away. The older generation has worn out its welcome on influencing the younger generations, and they want air voice back. In true Trump fashion, Maher has gone in big for projection, accusing others of what he himself is doing. He is an insult to Americans and to the world by becoming yet another MAGA mouthpiece after he pretended to be so American. I hope he enjoys it when his show gets cancelled. For starters, we all know Piers Morgan is an out-and-out Trumper. Why, I don't know. But I must say that I thought Bill Maher's explanation last weekend on his show was disappointing because he did go soft in certain areas on Trump. I know some people who said they lost respect for him. Bill Maher has been leaning towards MAGA for quite a long time. I think it was entirely fine for Bill to go ahead and bend the knee. It is not a huge loss and no surprise here. Quite surprised that Maher is that gullible about Trump being gracious. The devil is often gracious to pull you in. Come on, Bill, you are on the fence and it is time to admit it. Goodbye to real time for me. It's like when you're trying to explain to a friend how awful someone is that you both know with a long list of all the bad things they've done, and your friend just writes it all off saying, well, he's nice to me. Quote. Sorry, but I am with Larry David on this one. Spines are an endangered species. Not that Maher ever had one. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.